real
movie.
Great. Let's get started.
How do you feel about Men in Black?
The first one, really good. Mm-hmm. The third one, really good. Mostly because of Josh Brolin's Tommy Lee Jones impression.
Yeah.
Spot on. The second one is garbage fire.
So I don't think, I don't feel like they make movies like that anymore. Mm-mm. Like where it's a comedy, it's a sci-fi comedy.
Action.
Action. And it's just a fun movie. They just don't make them like that anymore.
A fun romp.
So if you remember, I think it was a few years ago. I don't want to say it was too long ago. They talked about making a spin-off. Men in Black
21
meets
Jump
21 Jump Street.
Yes.
Now, as far as I understood when it left off there, that was still happening. Mm-hmm. I didn't hear anybody say that was canceled. Did you? No? Mm-hmm. Well, guess what? Men in Black is back. They're not going to do the 21 Jump Street spinoff. They said, yeah, that's probably not a good idea. It's a little too weird.
They were correct.
They're coming back. So I'm going to ask you another question.
Okay.
How do you feel about Chris Hemsworth?
I like him a lot.
How do you think of Tessa Thompson?
How do I think of Tessa Thompson?
How do you think of her?
I think that she is great.
So they were great in Thor Ragnarok together, weren't they?
Yeah, she was in Creed too. She was
yes,
good in
that's
Creed.
true. Yes, yeah. But they were great together in Thor Ragnarok.
Good chemistry.
What would you think about them as the 1-2 duo in a Men in Black movie?
That's an interesting take.
Because right now, that is what is set up to happen. I don't think they're actually going to label this as like a reboot. It'll just be a different division. It's going to take place in London.
Oh,
but
that's
right now,
strange.
Tessa Thompson, Chris Hemsworth are signed on to do Men in Black. This kind of makes sense to me because Sony knows that that's a good property to have, and they obviously were interested in doing something with it.
Right.
And this one could be a little bit of an interesting take on it. Do you think this comes off of Thor Ragnarok? Do you think they see Thor Ragnarok and say, wait, they're funny?
Yes, and if they can get Taika Waititi, I will sign whatever you need me to sign. I'm in.
That's an interesting take. Now that
is my favorite director.
That would be where I'd want to see this go. I'd want to see them go ahead and bring in Taika Waititi and say, hey, we loved what you did there. Let's go ahead and do that. Right now, none of that has been confirmed. Right now, it's just between Tessa Thompson and Chris Hemsworth, and that it'll take place in London. And that's kind of about it. So yeah, it's not going to be an outright reboot. I don't know what you would call this. I guess
like
a spin-off of some sort.
Bring in Taika Waititi and make Chris Hemsworth write a rap for it like Will Smith did.
Oh my gosh.
Write and perform a rap.
Well, what would you want in this movie? So they're making this movie. Is there anything you'd say, you know what, I really want this thing to be in it? Other than Taika Waititi, which we both agree.
I don't know. With this cast, I loved the Tommy Lee Jones, Will Smith.
Right?
Old white man, young black guy duo.
So they specifically say here that in this, they wanted a female of color in there. So they get that in Tessa Thompson. And they wanted an older man.
He's not that.
He's not that, right?
Yeah.
So I don't think you get that same type of duo in there. Do you want Will Smith or Tommy Lee Jones to even show up in this movie?
Tommy Lee Jones cameo.
You want a Tommy Lee Jones cameo? Yeah. You don't want a Will Smith cameo. Why is that?
Tommy Lee Jones is my go-to. I want him to be.
Really?
I want him to be mad about it.
About being in this movie?
I want him to be in the background, just grumpy old Tommy Lee Jones holding a pug.
So you're but you just want him, not the other half of this?
I believe if you get both of them, well, you could get both of them and give them a few lines for just a few minutes in the movie, but don't put both of them in it for any substantial amount of time, because then you're taking away from your own movie.
I agree, but I'm also thinking like, oh, it'd be kind of cool to have them kind of playing off of each other a little bit.
Rip Torn. That's who you get.
Why do you want Rip Torn? Didn't he die?
Oh, he may have died.
He may have died. I think he might have died.
R.I.P.
But we don't know. He could be alive.
Rest in peace or live in peace, whatever.
I could look this up, but man, I kind of like the mystery of if Rip Torn is dead or alive. There's something going on with it.
I know what I want for this movie.
All right, what do you want?
The bad guy, whatever alien entity it is, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh my gosh. Yes. I would be into that actually. Yeah, that would be cool. I'm into that. All right, so Arnold Schwarzenegger, he's in this movie. You want just Tommy Lee Jones. For some reason, Will Smith is not even good enough to be in this. But so far, if that's the two people you have so far cast in this movie, I'm interested.